So if they're going to that church to get the word and they're not getting the word, because listen, God said something about Israel. He said, you speak my name out of your mouth all the time, and your heart is far from me. So somebody can say all day long out of their mouth, God is their provision, and then they preach how you got to tithe, you're going to be cursed with the curse, or God won't take care of you unless you give. Well, their heart is far from Him.
Close, yeah.
It's not that they're not walking close. God isn't their provision if that's what they're believing. Do you see what I'm saying? They're only saying out of their mouth. And so, absolutely, a person who is established in Christ can move in and out of anything, and they're not going to be moved.
Even Mardi Gras.
Even Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is easier than moving in and out of some of the churches.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What I'm saying is, though, young people who are trying to get established in Christ, going and sitting in a church where they speak about God out of their mouth, but their heart is far from Him in what they're teaching, they're not going to benefit from that. Because church isn't just about, I have a friend to hang out with. Church is about, let us come together and feed on the bread of life. But the bread of life isn't say a magic prayer. The bread of life is constantly unveiling the beauty of the Word made flesh. Well, if every time I come to church, they're unveiling what I'm supposed to do in order to be blessed by God, they're not revealing the Word made flesh. They're revealing the spirit of works. And so they're not putting on the table the bread of life. They're putting on the table the stones. And then they're telling us to use our ability to make those stones our bread for life.
Yes.
And so I completely agree with you as far as fellowship goes. And a person who's established in grace can move in and out of any circle. But people who are trying to be established in grace, who are just trying to find out who is God, who is Abba,
They'll get stuck.
who am I in light of who God is? I mean, if you're just going to most traditional churches, you ain't going to hear any of that. And not only that, you're going to hear something that's going to leave you broken and shipwrecked on the inside. Right?
Yeah.
And burdened.
And
Burdened.
that's the whole point. Yeah, you'll be left burdened to try to bring forth life yourself. You'll be left burdened trying to do things to get God to think you're acceptable. You'll be burdened trying to prove that you're beautiful to God. You'll be burdened trying to prove that you have value and worth by serving in some ministry.
That's right.
And all those things suck life out of people. And it leaves them feeling like a servant and not a son or a daughter.
Which is the very thing that God rejects.